Last month, I made over $10,000 with one copywriting client. And what's even crazier is I just showed this exact strategy to my friend, and he landed his first client with only 4 outreach messages, and he got a 30% rev share, and he has no copywriting experience. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds completely unrealistic in 2025, but that's exactly why I'm making this video. Because while everyone is trying to send hundreds of DMs a day, trying to land $1,000 per month copywriting clients when they're slowly being replaced by AI anyway, there's a completely different way to go about it that not many people are talking about. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to land your first client, even if you have no experience. I'm gonna show you the exact strategy on how to actually get these clients in 2025, and I'm going to show you how to turn one client into $10,000 plus every single month. Now, unless you've been completely oblivious or living under a rock, everyone and their grandmother is selling an online course today. And the online education industry is projected to be a $203 billion industry in the next few years. And all you need is a small piece of that pie. And since everybody is flooding into this huge market, that just means there's so much more opportunity. Now, what most copywriters don't understand is that there's so much more to just writing emails or sending out text messages. Like, in a coaching program, and the way it works, there's VSLs, there's content scripts, there's email sequences, there's funnels, there's ads, there's back-end automations, there's all this stuff that goes on. Now, don't get overwhelmed because you don't have to do everything, but you can do some of it. Creators and coaches cannot do this all by their own. They're busy making content, they're busy working with their actual clients and getting them results. And all the best coaches and content creators out there have a team of people on the back end helping them scale. And that's writing emails, doing all the VSLs, doing all that stuff. And when you do this properly, you can leverage your way into taking a percentage of that business and having one client pay you over $10,000 a month, just like I was able to do, and just like my friend who I just told you about is about to do here in the next few months. Now, before I show you how to actually get these clients, if you have no idea what to do, have no experience, what I did when I started and what I recommend you should do if you have never been around this industry for that very long is you need to study. Okay, the first thing that you should do, and what I recommend is what I've done, and I know a lot of other people have done it as well, is get a separate email. Like, the first thing, go get a Gmail, go make a new account, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to have a name, anything, just a random Gmail account, and sign up to every single free ebook, every single free training, every single webinar. Every time you see an ad from a course or a coach or any type of mentorship program or anything like that on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever that is, always, always, always sign up for whatever they have going on so you can look at their funnel and you can see kind of how it works from an outside point of view, right? Even when people say, oh, DM me this word for the document, yes, do those too, because then you can actually see what they're doing and what they're actually doing, where they're sending you to, how you'll start to understand how they are turning their attention into money, right? Everyone in the space kind of operates in a very similar way, and all the same principles really apply. Like, you'll notice as you keep going on and as you keep looking into all these coaches and creators, you'll notice, okay, they give something for free in the front end, whether that's a webinar, a free training, maybe their YouTube's really valuable. And then from that, it goes to whether book a call link or whether it's just a checkout page. And then on the back end of that, there's also emails that follow up with them, or sometimes it's a free school community that goes to a paid community, or that goes to a high ticket program. Like, it's all the same principles, and it looks like an upside down pyramid. And that's a whole different topic for another video about like funneling attention down into paid program. But think about, what are they doing to get me to watch this ad? Where are they sending me to? Why are they sending me there? What are they saying inside their VSL? What are their emails that they're sending out? Like, what is the core concept of each email that they're sending? And you really want to dissect it and analyze it. Now, don't do what they say. Think about what they're doing and look at it from a bird's eye view of how this actually works, and start to figure out the fundamentals of that funnel. Now, there's also a few books I would recommend for people to learn the frameworks of kind of how everything works. So first and foremost, to understand funnels and like the basics of funnels and like the basics of online business, I would definitely read Dot-Com Secrets by Russell Brunson. It's a great intro. You'll kind of understand the game, kind of how it works, how funnels operate, learning about avatars, simple email sequences, that kind of thing. For copywriting and landing page copy, Cashvertising, great book. For learning about leads and acquiring customers, I would definitely read $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. And then I would also read $100 Million Offers to actually get a good grasp on what makes a great offer. And then another one based on psychology is Influence by Robert Cialdini. This is a great book as well. This will kind of trip your mind over how most people do things and how a lot of the coaching business operates. But what you'll notice is that the majority of coaching businesses and course sellers, they all follow these frameworks. And once you can understand these frameworks, then you can start to sell the frameworks to course sellers to do it for them. Now, just remember, as you're going through all this stuff, it can get really distracting. And a lot of the time, people are very, very, very good at convincing you that their way is better than the rest. Just like how I'm telling you, I think this way of copywriting is better than a different way. Be aware that you might have the little shiny object syndrome. So just be aware to focus on what they're doing, not what they're saying, because I know it's very easy to get sidetracked when you're looking at funnels all day. Just keep that in mind. All right, now let me show you how to actually get these clients. So what most people do, which is completely wrong, is people will just mass outreach to as many content creators as possible. And that is the complete wrong way to go about it, especially in this industry. So what I would do is I would look at 20 of your favorite educational creators, or if you don't have any favorites, find educational creators that you would actually want to work with. Like your dream 20 to 50 creators on YouTube who make educational content that you would actually want to work with, because you will be working with them side by side and you will be speaking with them every single day. So you want to make sure you like them and you actually want to provide them a ton of value. Now, make sure they are on YouTube. I mean, you can work with some Instagram influencers and stuff. I'd stay away from TikTok. But think about it this way. If someone watches a Instagram reel, okay, they just swiped through and they saw an Instagram reel. Okay, that is one type of viewer. And then there's a type of viewer who is actively searching for a solution to a problem, and they're on YouTube and they choose to click on a video, and then they sit there and they watch that video for 30 plus minutes. Now, using your monkey brain, which one do you think is more engaged of a viewer? Not saying that Instagram's completely cooked. It absolutely works, but YouTube is definitely easier and has a way more powerful audience. So next thing you want to do is you want to analyze their funnels and what they have going on. Look at how are they converting their traffic? Where are they sending them to? How are they actually doing it? And do you think you can do it better, right? If you go on their landing page and they have a terrible headline, or their VSL is really bad, or their emails are really bad, or something along those lines, whatever that is, there should be something, and they probably will be something that you can improve on that you learned from doing all of this research from all the top guys in the space. And because you have a ton of knowledge now, because you read these books, you should be able to find something that someone is struggling with. And when you do find that thing that they're struggling with, you want to actually do the work for them. So say their emails are really bad, right? You can write them a new email sequence for the back end of their lead magnet, or whatever that is, to convert more people. And when you do that, you're actually going to give it to them. And I know people don't want to do that, because it takes work. I can't just spam outreach messages. This is a quality game. This whole space is a quality game, and you're never going to get paid a bunch of money if you're not willing to do the work first. I have 60 followers on YouTube, and I still get outreach messages that are really bad. Now think about that from someone who is a bigger creator and has more of an audience. It's 10 times worse. And if you're just spamming out outreach messages, it's never going to work. So I'm not going to give you an exact step-by-step script to send to content creators, because genuinely, if you do have a script, the creator will smell it and they're not going to work with you anyway, because they know that you're just spamming outreach. So what I've done and what my friend has done and what I've seen to work with both of us is that what I did was I break down the entire funnel, break down everything that they have going on in a Loom video. Hey, this is what you got going on. This is what you're missing. I already put in the work to fix this piece. Let me know if you want it, or just directly send it to them, and then mention getting on the call and the opportunity of working together in the future. Now, worst case scenario is they ignore you, which is completely okay. Because they're like, I just spent 7 minutes making this Loom video and they didn't even answer. It's like, okay, that's okay. Keep following up with them. You can send them new Loom videos. You could do more work for them if you want, or you can just keep following up with them. Because if you show a creator that you're consistent and that you actually want to work with them, that is completely different than just a random spam outreach message that gets sent once and never gets replied to again. But if you're dedicated to actually wanting to work with these people, they will know that, because you keep outreaching to them. And yeah, it might seem a little annoying that you keep outreaching to them, but they will appreciate that, and they will know that you are dead serious. And when they know when they know that you're dead serious, they will want to work with you because it builds a separate trust factor. And best case scenario, if they don't end up working with you in the future, then what you essentially have is you have previous work that you've done that you can show other creators, like, hey, I've done work for this guy, I've done work for this guy, right? You actually have some type of proof that you can show people, since you technically have no experience in the first place. Or if you do have experience, you can actually just show your experience and that works out even better. So the whole thing you really want to get out of this is you really want to get your foot in the door in some type of way, in whatever way that you can. If it's writing emails, write them emails. If it's writing them a VSL, write them a VSL. If it's building out their funnel, build out their funnel. And by doing this, you'll be able to get your foot in the door, build trust, and eventually stack services over time, so then you can eventually get yourself into a rev share. Now, don't underestimate small educational creators. I know multiple people who have small YouTube creators with under 5,000 subscribers who are making well over $50,000 a month. And it is 100% possible. Don't underestimate them. They are a hidden gold mine that most people are not reaching out to. Now, when it comes to scaling up to like $10,000 a month, I pretty much already broke it down, right? You want to get your foot in the door, and then eventually you want to stack on the skill sets. So eventually you'll be running the funnels, and then running, you're doing all the emails, maybe you're doing ads, maybe you're managing the sales process. And when you have all this stuff going on, you are 100% allowed to take a percentage of the business, because you are the right-hand man to that content creator, right? Now they can focus on making content, providing good value to their clients, and getting them real results. And then you manage all of the nitty-gritty stuff. And then it's 100% reasonable to take a 10 to 30 to 40% revenue share with that person. And it's 100% reasonable for them as well, because you're saving them so much time and you're helping them scale without them spending more time. Now, I would only propose the percentage model if it actually makes sense. Like, if you're only writing emails, it's probably not a good idea to just take a percentage, because it really doesn't make sense. But over time, when you get the skill set and when you actually have these systems implemented for the creator, then you can get a rev share and you can schedule that out, and it's not too complicated. I hope you like this video. Like the video, subscribe to the video. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram. I answer all my DMs, and that's all from me on this one. Peace.